Welcome back to another construct video, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to add a fade to black transition. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is insert a new object, scroll down to sprite, and I'm just going to call this fade to black. Now, even though the name is fade to black, you can fade to any color, so you might want to choose white or red or any color you like. I'm going to go for black, and once I've got that, I want to make sure this fills my entire screen. Now, if you're using Construct Premium, you might prefer to do this on a separate layer, maybe a parallax layer. If you're using the free version, this is probably the easiest approach. Next thing I'm going to do is take the opacity and drop it from 100 to 0, so we can no longer see it. We can also add our first and only behavior of this tutorial, being the tween behavior. This one's going to be a very important behavior. Once we've got this set up, you'll see that we can't click on anything else in our level now because of this fade to black sort of sprite we've added. So I'm just going to right click and lock the selection. This means I can click on everything once again. And if I ever want to gain access to my fade to black once more, I just unlock and I can click on it once more. Go into our event sheet. We want a fade in and a fade out, so let's start with the fade in. I'm going to add a new event. System, scroll down to this on start of layout. Once the layout starts, we're going to take our fade to black, and I'm going to start by setting the opacity to 100, making it completely visible to the player. Next, I'm going to go back to fade to black, and I'm going to scroll down until I see this tween one property. Now you can set up a tag, and this just means that we're able to reference this later. So we're going to start by creating a tag called fade in. And we're going to set the property to the opacity. We want the end value to be 0. I'm going to say this takes 3 seconds to happen. What you can also do with this is add an additional action, and what I like to do is take the platform behavior and use this set ignore input and start ignoring input. This actually takes control away from the player's keyboard, meaning they can't move. In order to make them move, we're going to take our fade to black, scroll down, I'm going to take this on finished. We're going to type in our tag we set up called fade in, and then we're just going to give that movement back to the player, so the player can only move once the game has started and faded in completely. We might also want to fade between 2 levels, so how do we approach that? Well, we need a reason that this is going to happen, so for mine it's going to be the player is overlapping the end door. Now we also need to make sure this only happens once, so I'm just going to use system, scroll down, I'm going to use this trigger once while true. We don't want this to happen more than once, if not it's going to break the effect. We're then going to add an action. We're going to take our fade to black, and you can set the opacity to 0 to begin with. This should be done automatically. I like to set it just to be completely safe. And then just like before, we're going to go to this tween one property. We can give it a tag, so this time we're going to fade out. And we're just going to go down to opacity and set the opacity to 100, and time it takes, we'll say 3 seconds. I can also do what I did before if I really wanted to, and I can start ignoring the user's input, meaning once they've touched the door they can't move around the level. And then finally I can use this bit of code before, just changing the tag from in to out. And if you've got multiple ways to leave the level and you want this to go to multiple places, you can do fade out 1, fade out 2. But we're now going to fade out, and then once that's finished we can go to the next layout. So finally, if we do our tests, I cannot move until the fade in has finished. I can then move over to my door. When I get to my door, my movement stopped, we fade out, and the next level begins. Hope you've enjoyed this video today. Please subscribe for more construct videos, and I'll see you in the next one.